Legion, it's Adrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Frostpunk in our The Great Order series. So, we have a few settlers literally about to arrive. Let's actually slow things down to speed 1. And this is actually going to bring a lot of food as well, and wood, and a steam core. So, very, very handy that they've just arrived. We do have some homeless now. And, oh, I forgot to check that. They brought enough wood, so we actually just lost a little bit of wood, most likely, due to the arrival of so much at once. That's a shame. Okay, so we can send these scouts to Winterhome. Let's send them to the weather station, then to Winterhome. Typically, I like to keep my second scout here, but I've got them a little bit sooner than I typically get them, and only after you resolve Winterhome do you start to get other scout locations out this direction. That's why I like to keep them in other locations. But we're going to have the automaton work that steelworks, but let me take these workers out and put some engineers in the steelworks. We're going to put some engineers in the workshop as well. And do I have enough for a final workshop? I should. I haven't queued up another one anywhere. No, I haven't. Okay, let's put you there. And then we're going to use some of that excess wood. And actually, let's connect these roads. I'm going to need a road to be here eventually, because this is where the coal mines are going to be, so I'm tempted to go ahead and build it now, since we have so much wood. But let's prioritize what I need most. First of all, there are going to be some kids not in child shelters, most likely. How many kids do we have? We have 27. Child shelters each hold 15. So maybe the child shelter situation is still good. However, one thing I definitely need, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is another coal thumper. We've discussed this. So let's make this our kind of coal center over here. Not adjacent to street. Yeah, I know. I know. Now it's adjacent to a street. There we go. And we need additional gathering posts, but those, of course, require steel. And we need a resource depot for our wood issues. But we're about to use some of the wood, so at least there's that. Let's go up to speed 3. All right, coal. There's only 9 hours left on the generator now, because our coal situation is changing rapidly. I want to queue up 10 workers for the new thumper. 6 hours left now. We're not going to have enough. We're going to need to lower power on this thing to level 1 so that it consumes coal a little bit more slowly. And it's not actually going to reduce its rate of consumption. Good! The automaton's arrived. We can start getting steel right now. The automaton works day and night. It has arrived. Nice dramatic intro there. So let's assign you to that steel facility. And that will enable us to get the storage, or the gathering post built a little bit sooner. Using automatons. Our first automaton is operational. This will help our economy greatly. Automatons can replace entire manual labor crews. They work around the clock with short breaks to refuel at the generator. We can research upgrades to raise their efficiency and capability. I see, said the blind man. Yeah, we definitely need to go ahead and get engineers in there. Now we have all 4 of our research stations operational. I bet it'll do a lot to help us. What did you call that thing? An automaton? People don't know what it is. Okay, so we also need homes for folks. That's rather high priority. So, actually, I don't really have a lot of space for homes. I've used it for other things. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do another steam core. Probably out here. We should be able to do that. it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Because once this second gathering post group is going, we'll be fine. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and get it going. Okay, scouts have reached the coal mine. The coal mine is automated. Its engine is pressurized, but the mining has stopped. The snow around it is untrodden, and an eerie silence hangs in the air. Explore. This coal mine was in operation until very recently. The machinery isn't running now, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Perhaps the mine simply extracted its quota or filled the loading bay. We could retrieve plenty of raw materials if we took the machinery apart. So we can get the coal for 266. We can get the coal as well as lots of wood, some steam cores, and some steel. And it looks like a technology, a free technology, if we dismantle the machines for resources. I'm going to go ahead and do this. A lot of my newer playthroughs, when I was first learning how to play Frostpunk, I didn't do this because this can become an outpost for you, so you can reactivate the mine later. But if you know what you're doing with coal in Frostpunk, you don't need the coal outpost. You really don't. So I'm going to dismantle it for the resources because that other stuff is just way too enticing. Like that's, and the extra steam cores especially. Okay, so the generator is just barely going to stay online. All right, I'm going to switch it back up to level 2. The hothouse, wow, words, has been, hothouse has been researched. I don't know what just happened there. But we will need, before we build this thing, yeah, we're going to need 20 steel. Give workers a second, and that steel will start to arrive. Okay, this gathering post is done. Let's go ahead and populate it. Can I build a second one? I can, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Not adjacent to street. Okay. So I'm really hoping I have enough space for 4 around this thing, or we might have problems. But I'm going to trust for now that we'll be okay. We do need more steel. We still have absolutely full wood storage. Need to change that. Yeah, you can see our coal situation is changing rapidly, but it's also going to drop rapidly. Oh wait, hang on. These guys are still at the coal mine, and I need to send them somewhere. I could go ahead and have them come back. Yeah, let's have them come back. It's going to take them a day to get back, but that's fine. They'll arrive in the middle of the workday tomorrow, and things will be happy. Okay, let's queue up some workers there, and that will help additionally. I will turn on some heaters, which will take away from some of the assistance we're getting. But it looks like it is time for a new research project. Drafting machines, is it ready? Yeah, it is ready. Do I want to do bunkhouses first so that I can do that? Or should I think I'm going to go ahead and go for drafting machines because this is going to allow me some of my first efficiency upgrades. And having that in place soon is going to be really nice. Okay, it's time to go ahead and get another steam hub built for reasons we've discussed. Let's do it out here. Again, I want some steam hubs to be dedicated to housing. So maybe one over here is in order. Let's build the road to about there. Just gives me an arc to build it on. Where's the closest one? Right there. So we have one there, one there. I want to make sure they're somewhat evenly spaced. And we have room for new homes. Recording for YouTube is somewhat changing my judgment with, like, just spatial stuff. The city's not as pretty. Surely there's a psychological explanation. One that I should know, honestly, off the top of my head, but I don't. Not right now. The station where we found the notes made by the Winterhome scientist studying the endless weather. That's right, so the endless winter, rather. So we are now going to take a look at Winterhome. Or what's left of it. Dun dun dun. So, resources, resource depot. Let's put you over here. Definitely need extra storage for wood. Done. Okay, that's much better. Okay, adaptation. Now again, we are probably done with adaptation laws, and the reason is the next options are House of Pleasure. There you go. Pause if you want to, see what the description is. Dueling Law. Disagreements between people who face deadly threats every day can be resolved in a duel. Emergency Shift, which is possible. I've never done it, but you can say, we can tell people we need to work right now, even though it's the middle of the night, but people won't like it. It raises discontent when you do an emergency shift. And then there are the options of prosthetics. Now, prosthetics we can go ahead and set up, because if we have to have an amputee later in the game, this would go ahead and accommodate them. We're not going to be able to build prosthetics for a while, but it's good that we've taken that step. Now let's go ahead and get some new homes built, shall we? All right, so you can see that the coal situation is much better now. It's not saying that we're going to run out overnight, even though we're running at level 2 again. So having the second coal thumper really saved that situation, that crisis, from becoming a bigger one. The game is not warning me about the capacity on coal generation, because it knows that in a few seconds, see, it's going to vastly outpace usage. Drafting machines researched. We can now research Tier 2 technologies, and with it, generator efficiency upgrades, Steam Hub range upgrades, which is really nice, improved heaters, lighter scout sleds, which is probably the first thing I'm going to go for, outpost depots, gathering post insulation, steam coal thumpers, steam sawmills. Do steam coal thumpers require... No, they don't require a steam... what's it called? Steam core. They do not. Steam Steelworks is probably a good idea as well, as soon as possible. But before anything else, we need fast scouts. We need them to be finding stuff as quickly as possible, as soon as possible. So let's do that. And now the new day begins. Scouts have reached the Winterhome. Moment of truth. We climbed up to the edge of the city. We stood there speechless, staring at the scene of devastation. It's a city of the dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed, and the generator has exploded. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. The City Chronicle describes the shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair, the following squabbles, riots, and descent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources, and the eventual starvation. The last entry, God forgive us, we're eating our dead. There's no hope. Sites discovered, Snowcliff and American Camp. We're on our own. I just got chills. Okay, so scouts have reached Winterhome. This is, of course, this delivers 150 wood every day, which is quite nice for an outpost team. But, so now I'm going to go ahead and send these guys. What do we have with us? We have the 2 steam cores. Go ahead and go to the Snowcliff because you're close. And then you guys are almost back with just some gear from the coal mine, which is going to be nice when it arrives. Actually, let's look at that. It's going to bring 208 wood. We should be good on wood this time. We won't lose any excess. And we'll definitely be okay on coal. And they will be here in the middle of the workday as predicted. Now we need to build an additional fighting arena in this area here. Yeah, let's put it right there. I'll reduce discontent in those homes. We're alone. Okay, now this is where the gauntlet truly begins. The news has shocked everyone in the city. There were supposed to be many settlements and construction crews here, people living normal lives in homes heated by generators, but we're alone. Hope falls, and badly. Watch what happens. Coming here was a fool's errand. We should go back. We should never have left Britain. Hortense and Ruth look remarkably alike. We should have stayed in London. Surely it couldn't have fallen like this. How are we supposed to survive if they didn't? Look at Hope. Look at it. All the hope we built up, just gone. People are not happy. Winterhome has fallen. They're all dead? How will we survive here without any help? We have to go back to London. There's no hope for us here in this frozen desert. People start to gather as the news of the fate of Winterhome spreads through the city. Some of them want to drop everything and flee to London. Panic is starting to set in. I must give them purpose. Moment of truth. So, in Frostpunk, you can choose between the order and discipline path and the faith and spiritual strength path. So people are shaken, racked by fear and doubt. They've lost hope in our chances of survival, and desperation could quickly push them to commit reckless acts. You have to unite them behind a vision of the future. Decide now what will give them purpose and restore hope, or else our city will descend into the chaos that consumed Winterhome. Of course, we are going for order and discipline, because that is our path. Now we have a new branch of laws to choose from, and the first option in purpose that we have, since we selected order for our purpose, is Neighborhood Watch. We need to mobilize and stand together to help people in need and protect them from troublemakers. So this gives us the opportunity to build watchtowers. Watchtowers increase the hope of people living nearby, and you'll have to build 2. And you'll have to man them as well. A neighborhood watch shall be established and watchtowers built. Okay, so let's do that right now. And usually what I like to do with watchtowers is actually go full tilt and demolish some homes to where, and I'll rebuild them, don't worry, but the point is that I'm demolishing homes to where the watchtowers are they have a nice full spread of coverage. So we're going to dismantle a couple of homes here. All right, so there's a demonstration happening right now. What's this? The Londoners, here we go. The unconvinced want to leave. Sir, you've convinced the majority, but hope is low. A group of our people are still so scared that they want to flee the city for London in 15 days. They've come to try to change your mind. You say order will save us? Nonsense. What are we going to what? Here we go. What, are we going to orderly decide who to eat first when we start to starve? If we don't try to reach London, we'll end up like Winterhome. Calm down, we're not going to die. They don't listen, or at least usually they don't unless you can convince them, which we can try to do. Your people are divided. Some of them are so scared that they plan to leave the city for London in 15 days. They'll try to convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace, give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through the looming social crisis. Okay, the Londoners. There are currently 18 of them, and there is a semi-strong upward tendency. It's not as strong as it can be, not as weak as it can be. In the growth of the Londoners, there are 18 days until they leave. So we have scrapped a couple of houses. Let's go ahead and build... I think I want to build a watchtower a little bit farther from the road and have it encompassing an area closer to there. And then here... Okay, so, see, I actually don't have enough people to fully work these unless I pull people off of other things. Now, thankfully, I do actually have a good amount of production happening. You know what? Let's make this even better. Let's just have one of the sawmills operating right now. And I'll put some engineers. I don't like to use engineers for guard posts. I almost always have to at this point because I'm out of population. But the watchtowers have been built and hope rises. That'll help maintain order a little bit. Now we do have to rebuild some homes. So let's get this done. I'm just going to build them in the heat zone. Actually, if I build them here, they'll be in range of the fighting arena. And I want them to be. I want their discontent to be managed properly. There's that. Okay, excellent. Coal is rising pretty quickly. Scouts number 3 have returned safely to the city. You can disband the scouts at the beacon or send them back out into Frostland. So we got some coal, we got some wood, we got some steam cores, and we have lots of steel. So we don't have any more people though, unfortunately. So let's see, where are you? You're going out that direction. It's time to send you to the American camp. Several big tents, no signs of life. A flag flies over them. The American flag. Even from this distance, we couldn't mistake the stars and stripes. So let's go check that out. All right, the homelessness situation has been resolved. The research situation. All right, lighter scout sleds. So they're now going to move faster everywhere they go. I'm not going to do any outposts just yet. Let's start looking at... I think what I do want to go ahead and do is research the efficiency upgrade so that we can reduce our coal consumption. We have a lot of steel at the moment, and I need to build some additional depots. So let's go ahead and get that arranged. Perfect, I can do a couple there. What else can I build? We haven't built a third coal thumper yet, and we will need one before long. Gathering posts are all in place. How are we doing on kids? There are no kids not in child shelters. Yeah, okay, so that's good. So fighting arenas then? They're covering a pretty good amount of the homes. Eventually I'll have another one up here. Hothouse, that's what I need to build. And additional food production as well. So let's get a hothouse going. And we need the hothouse to be constantly warm. So this is a little bit different. This was going to be space for homes, but I'm going to need to change the plan slightly. Let's dismantle that street. It dismantles immediately. And we're going to put the hothouse there. It's within range of the steam hub. Because we need to start growing food. We need to have a couple of those going by the end game. Most likely. Alright, what's this? Steam core! That's right, we just used one of our steam cores to build a hothouse. We just used our first steam core. Steam cores are a necessary component in advanced technology. We can't manufacture steam cores in the city, so let's hope that our scouts find them during their expeditions. I see. Yeah, we have 4 steam cores at the moment because we dismantled the coal mine. It does bring in a lot of coal, but when you know how to use coal thumpers and gathering stations, you don't need it. You do not, I assure you. It's crazy how much coal you can bring in from a completely self-sufficient colony. All right, so we don't have... Yeah, we are, like, out of people, and we might find more survivors. We are going to find more survivors out to the... I guess, if you want to call that to the... I mean, I don't know which direction's actually north, so let's just say that's to the east. But we are going to find more people. And that'll help when we do. But for now, it's a little bit tight, because we just don't have people to work all of our buildings. Scouts have reached the snow cliff. The hole in the snow leads to a small chamber. Someone lives here, but the lonely human figure we saw from afar has disappeared. It might be the sole survivor of Winterhome. Explore. The man we've seen from afar was nowhere to be found. Searching his burrow, we found a diary of a scientist who fled Winterhome. After the starving city fell into chaos, its leader, an army captain, appointed himself an absolute ruler. He tried to impose order using force, and plenty of people, disgruntled, deserted the city, and most of the others rebelled against him. Take resources. So there's some more wood and food, and we are already carrying some steam cores that we found. I'm going to go to the Freshwater Springs because there, I believe, are survivors there. We can see distant glimmers of sun reflected on the surface of the water. Unfrozen water here points to the presence of Freshwater Springs. Yay. These scouts are still 13 hours away from the American camp. It's a good distance. Okay, so this was going to be, I think, steel storage, right? Yeah, both of those can be steel storage. I'm fine with that. That's why I built 2. And actually, to tell you the truth, we've got so many resources right now, I may as well build more. Resource depots, that is. Let's do a couple out there. And then... once I have the people to work the hothouse, I might be okay. Food is going to start to be a problem soon, though. I'm a little bit concerned about it. These guys are on the way back. Or they're not on the way back, but they will be soon with some food rations. That'll help when they get back. All right, so let's see here. What do we have extra storage of already? I've forgotten. We have those 2 steel that I built. We have this one for coal. Let's do this way. Oh, wait. All right, so I've got that wood one there already that I'd forgotten about. That's good. So these, I think, need to be wood as well. Just to make sure that we don't hit that limit anytime soon. Several pools are kept from freezing by a hot spring deep underground. Patches of hardy lichens cling to the bare rock at their edges. It looks like a good place for a hideout. Explore! Near the Freshwater Springs, we met some refugees from Winterhome. They are a sorry sight and seem to be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. Ask what kept them from starving, they look away, then mumble something about eating lichens. Excuse me. So, yeah, so these guys are definitely cannibals. The scouts will set out towards our city and bring the survivors quickly and safely with them. Escort the survivors to the city, send the survivors to the city, or lead the survivors to their fate. These scouts, again, need to come back. There are 7 kids and 22 workers. We definitely need that. So, they will be back in a day exactly. I wish it was a little sooner. The Londoners gain more followers. Okay, so they're up to 22, but their tendency has already dropped a bit because we're doing a good job managing discontent. So the people who want to leave for London have successfully urged their friends and neighbors to join them. People are more easily persuaded because they have little hope in their ultimate survival. I see. Starting to see food problems. Hunters will bring some in. Temperature falls. Not good. Let's go ahead and go into overdrive. Temperature in all heat zones rises by 1 level, but the generator stress will rise as well. Scouts have reached the American camp. Finally, there's not a soul in the camp, but not a living soul in the camp. We found about a dozen emaciated bodies. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees fitted with prostheses. Explore. The American camp was well supplied with everything except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol. Tesla Manufacturing. We can only bury them and take their equipment. So this is some steel and some and 1 steam core. So let's take those resources, and we've noticed a temporary settlement. We can see 2 rows of small wooden huts, but no smoke or other signs of life. All in all, it looks like a well-kept but temporary settlement. Go ahead and pay them a visit, please. Yeah. All right, so food is... We're managing with food. All right, generator efficiency upgrade has been researched. That's good news. All right, so... Gathering post installation is going to be needed soon. So is coal mining. Coal mines take 1 steam core, but I think I want to have this in place to where we just definitely avoid any issue. I mean, steam coal thumper could do it too. God, decisions. See, we need to research some of these in order to get like coal mining well, that only applies if you use coal mining though. Decisions. We could also go for mechanical calculators and go ahead and have additional options. So many choices. Heater efficiency upgrade would be under mechanical calculators as well. See, that makes me want to just go straight for this because we need to get improved heaters, but the efficiency upgrade would be great. When the generator's in overdrive, it raises heat zones by 2 levels. I'm going to go ahead and improve heaters. This improves... This raises the temperature of workplace by 2 levels instead of 1, but each heater will consume 2 coal instead of 1 coal per hour. Start. All right, so we've got 1 person hungry. I'm guessing it's because they're out hunting. Where are they? They're working. Their workplace is steelworks. Yeah, they're... Oh, the steelworks is... Why is the steelworks so cold? Oh, yeah, we just had a temperature drop. I was like, why is it so cold? There's a good reason for that. Tell you what, speaking of coldness, I want to make sure these people are well taken care of. So let's go ahead and put a steam hub there. And we already have one out here. And again, these hubs are just going to be for the workers of the area. So hang on, let's go ahead and build that road. Yeah, see, this would really help. If I put it here, it could help potentially all of the gathering posts once the range upgrade has been researched. Yeah, let's put it right there. That's perfect. And we'll set that to be only active during the day. It is going to increase coal consumption, but we'll be okay. Our efficiency upgrade is really going to help with that. Okay, so we've had an order-related event. Sir, a child climbed the generator, slipped and fell, but was thankfully caught by a neighborhood watch member who was on patrol nearby. He then escorted the child to his mother and gave them both a good talking to. It could have ended with a broken leg or worse. If it weren't for our watchmen, a neighbor commented, we're lucky to have them. I'm glad it ended well. So I imagine if you didn't build the watchtowers, that situation could go quite differently. Oh, holy crap. We're 29 minutes in. This game's way too fun. Also, I've got 7 hungry people now. One of the things about Frostpunk that does genuinely annoy me is, like, we have food. It's not a lot of food, but we have it. What's going on? This happens with, like, you need, like, massive amounts to avoid it happening. And I'm not sure what causes it. It's really strange. But on that note, let's actually... I want to do another hunter's hut. Just so that we are fully staffed with hunters when the new folks arrive, because they're right around the corner. Right, improved heaters have been researched. That's good news. So let me pick a new research option here, and then we need to cut this episode. Yeah, so coal mining probably, or the steam sawmill. I mean, any of these are important. What are some of the following technologies? I think I'm going to go for gathering post installation, because that'll help people stay healthy, but also it will lead to efficient gathering being researchable as soon as possible, which helps improve the mechanisms I already have in place, which is obviously kind of a big deal. All right, so we've got that hunter's hut building, and how close? All right, you're going out there to the temporary settlement. The folks returning with new workers are 11 hours away. There's 7 more kids. They're bringing food. Thankfully, that will help with the starving situation. But they're still a good ways off. Once they get back, things will hopefully be a little better. I'll stop this one here. And then the next one, we are going to try and solve the random food problem that's happening out of nowhere. We will be able to do that partly by getting the hothouse worked. And also maybe just by running the hunter's hut. We just need more survivors first. And our other scouts are about to find some soon. I have it on pretty good authority that they're about to find some soon, so that'll help too. And that will all probably happen in the next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.